This is a clip from the Red Cow Arcade podcast.
We released our holiday special, our BoxMac Red Cow holiday special. 58 minutes, 2 weeks of nonstop editing. That was a trip.
Oh, yeah.
I found it really difficult this time to edit it for some reason. But I was very happy with the way it came out, obviously, and it was well received, and it sounds like there's still this is the 7th one, I think it was, right? Yeah, 7th.
That's nuts.
And well,
That's
technically
nuts.
it was like the 11th, but because there's 2-parters and shit. But yeah, it's the 7th.
Oh, yeah.
7th year where we've done this, where we've been like, okay, here we go. And I always hear from people that are like, it's not the holidays until this thing comes out, or I've relied on this thing for the last 7 years to get in the holiday spirit, and it makes you go like, I better do it then, because there's if there's even like a couple hundred people waiting for it.
I will say, I think we had a great year. Like, even though like it was very creative and like a lot of risks, and I think they all paid off in certain ways.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it was we won't podcast until after the new year, so I think it's good to reflect upon what we've done since our announcement that we were going to pare back, which we sort of did, but sort of didn't at the same time.
Yeah, well, you know what? I've got the data. Okay. I've compiled my yearly "what the hell did we do with our lives" data. Last year we produced 110 videos. We weren't putting out clips like we do now for the Clips channel, the way we do now, the way we've kind of made it like a big part of what we do. So this year I did decide to count the clips, because the clips also get like special treatment, and so
they get special thumbnails.
Yeah,
and they're premium now, premium clips.
They're premium. Yeah, they get a header and a footer. They get sometimes they get their own sort of sub clips. So I counted them. So we've, at the beginning of the year, we said we're going to produce fewer videos this year. We produced 129.
What?
Yes.
Fewer.
So 44 of that, though, is Red Cow Arcade podcast clips.
Yeah. Okay.
But then as you dive in, you start to realize, and then 27 are the actual podcasts. We did 27 podcasts like this. So the podcast is a big part of the year. But then we did 10 BoxMacs. So you still get your 10. And, these were big BoxMacs in some cases. We did 9 Junts Carts, 8 EJ reviews. This included Spam, SNES, the Donkey Kong Cab, the Sizer.
Yeah, the SNES and Donkey Kong alone it's a feature film right there.
Yeah, I think it's super cool that you made a big, it felt like as part of our channel's new vision for 2021, you were like, you know what, like I'm gonna pour some extra effort into one video in a 2-month period or something instead. Yeah,
and I might not be done. I think I actually might release another video before the end of the year, because I got a walk video. Sammy Dunks, he Drunken Monk, he has sent me that walk like 8 months ago, and I finally reviewed it, and I'm like, I'm burning through this review.
Yeah, 8 EJ reviews, so 6 RIP restaurants and retail, 4 unboxing Macs, 2 Pewter Smiths, 2 Juntin' Arounds, 2 family road racing type videos, like the Halloween one and the 5P one, a couple of podcast announcements and appearing on podcasts. What will be a Junt's Dessert Contest video. I'm going to be making that Christmas crack stuff. It's going to be white macadamia nut, brown sugar, butter, graham cracker thingy, chocolate. Mm-hmm. We did our State of the Channel. I did the weight loss video, of course, in terms of videos that I put a lot into. The new channel trailer, the making a documentary of Having Fun Up There. The Halloween treats video.
Man, that's a whole thing on its own.
Right.
Making of. Jeez.
Yeah, just skipping by it like it's nothing. The Halloween treats video, the no views, the Halloween no views, and then I also did that Shrek I'm an ogre video where you keep saying I'm an ogre.
Yeah. Well. Oh, that was another thing. So I will be making a Shrek follow-up, and I have already started filming it.
Genius. Genius.
With the Analog Pocket.
I had really intended on doing my arcade video, but I think that'll just be next. I'll just make that next.
Do it.
I'll probably work on it during my holiday break, in fact. I always write down highlights, like what was contained within this content that was a highlight of the year. So I'll just run through those. So there was, of course, the weight loss one. There was, of course, all the Cinemassacre stuff ended up being a really big part of our lives and year in a way that we'd never expected.
Yeah. So like 30,000 views on some of those videos.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, I'll talk about analytics in a bit, but there's some interest there. A fan sent some custom Red Cow bobbleheads, which was super cool. Amy made another cool blanket, that crochet blanket, as well as a quilt of all my old fat shirts. John printed a vintage banner from his dot matrix, and he discovered that beer mug software. You tried spam for the first time, built your Donkey Kong cab, the SNES stuff. Sam did a presentation analyzing our mac and cheese database. I thought that was a really fun one. That was a lot more in depth than we normally do. We chronicled in video form 3 road races that I did. Launched the new series. I thought the Old Country Buffet episode of RIP Restaurants and Retail was the best one of the bunch. The comprehensive analysis of the new cut of Rocky IV I thought was of note.
Oh, yeah.
Made an $81 Harvest mac and cheese. We went to the Plymouth Grist Mill, which was, I think, an exceptional Junts cart. We did all the flavor boosts, every last one of them.
Everyone.
We did True or False Graph. We met Dan Smith, who did the beautiful renditions of Bleak Midwinter and Mummers.
Oh, yeah.
And then we met...
Company Man outed himself as a fan.
We met... And as well, now Hats Off Entertainment. It's another really big YouTube channel. He's a big fan, too, actually. He came to us through the Cinemassacre stuff.
Yeah, I've been emailing Baby Back Maniacs. I might try to like talk to him on Zoom or something, and
that'd be fun.
Maybe I'll interview him. I don't know.
That would be great. Actually.
I think that would be a fun thing that we could do is as a bonus to this podcast is interview some of these people.
Totally.
And almost like a hybrid of Discount Film School, but obviously more broad.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be about filmmaking, right? And then we, of course, established the Red Cow Discord, which has become a big part of our lives. Between Dan, Sam, and Amy, they're almost like collaborators at this point, creative collaborators. It started as a health and fitness kind of support group, which was cool, but it evolved into much more. I never talked about it on this podcast, but I did you remember on Discount Film School, and she's a friend of ours, Chrissy Fellmuth, the animator.
Right.
She taught a course on animation, and they needed a vocal performer for one of the student animations. It was a cartoon called Dude, Where's My Dad? And I did a voice. So that's something I did this year. It's on our website.
Put it on the list.
Yeah, put it on the list. I appeared on the Yes But Why podcast. I was interviewed about my filmmaking life. I was on a show called Shame Watch, where we watched the Power Rangers movie and talked about that. I was on Ken Reed's TV Guidance Counselor. So I was on a bunch of podcasts, which is cool. And again, I don't think that necessarily would have happened had it not been for doing this. Kind of like opened my podcast life back up, which I'm really, really, really happy about. And yeah, I think you should do the same with, with like Baby Back Maniac, and that would make great clip content too.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I mean, he's just so, he was like talking about how like him and his wife keep referencing Beans for My Dad, which I think is one of my best videos.
Yeah, it's pretty inspired.
And it's just like, it's so weird to think that it's part of people's lives, you know? It
is bizarre, isn't it? We sold 25 Blu-rays or DVDs, 9 digital downloads, 30 shirts, and 8 stickers /mugs/pins/totes/tapestries. I noticed somebody bought a Junterklaus tote. I don't know who, but some brave soul got that.
I think I've sold a couple EJ Cook shirts.
Oh, really?
So that's good. At least one.
The new, we've talked about it before, but the new audience that's shown up to the Red Cow Arcade channel, which I think maybe I should just rename this channel to Red Cow Arcade instead of Red Cow Pause.
Oh yeah, I was actually going to suggest that the RC, just rename it. Or we're the same idiot. So
It's what I love about you most, DJ. Is it actually, like, I feel like this whole thing that's developed has been kind of the product of you and I arriving at the same conclusions without talking.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's how we work together too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when we're filming, you know, the Halloween specials, I feel like there's not that much communication. Maybe there's like nudges here and there, but we're just like in sync.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's not. I don't have that with very many people. It's like, you know, it starts with like, we should do a podcast for the patrons, and in the back of my mind, I'm going, oh yeah, we don't do enough for the patrons. So then it's like, okay, we'll do it, and then it's like, well, that led to something cool. I guess it should probably be on video because we have this thing, and then you know, like you keep. You know, well, I guess we should actually use a DSLR. Well, then you should probably buy this. Well, then you should, you know, it just kind of, and then before long.
Oh, this is in my B&H cart now. Thank you.
Yeah. It's a good thing. Yeah, I should, for anybody interested, EJ just bought some new equipment. I just bought a new lens as well.
Yeah, I got a ring light. I don't know if it even improves thing, but what it improves is that it has a clamp, so that it clamps right to the table that I'm using. So, because like James Rolfe, I was annoyed by the tripod, and instead of taping a tripod to the ceiling, I just clamped it to the desk. Easy solution, James.
He doesn't have much room or time. So the result of the new traffic meant that we got to monetize a second channel. And that meant that we ended up, you know, it'll be more next year because we didn't really monetize until like September. But basically we brought in 29% more money this year than we did previous years or last year. And last year was our, you know, and again, so we're talking about like $6,000 to like $7,700 for all of Red Cow Entertainment, the gross. But the podcast served multiple purposes. One was it drove more traffic to the Patreon, and two is that it meant another monetized channel with a special interest group that was checking it out. So yeah, next year it'll be like at the current rate, if it stays at the current rate, which, you know, our detractors will be like, yeah, you only get views when you talk about Cinemassacre, and they're kind of right. You know, one of the goals will have to be that we you know, get off of that so we stop bottom feeding quite so damn much.
It is a bit fun. Well, they give us so much to work with.
They sure do. And they're watching, so they're having fun too.
I hope so. Yeah. I'm having fun. I hope
we're just having fun, Justin. Kieran, you probably shouldn't watch.
No.
You're the Frankie of this fucking operation.
We got nothing nice to say about you.
And you don't seem to take this stuff super well. So we the Clips channel at the beginning of the year in January had 453 subs, and now it has about where are we now? Oh yeah, about 2,000. We're just about at 2,000. So it's grown by like 1,500 people.
Jeez.
And that's like, you know, because that happened in a short period of time, theoretically, those are real human beings. And then we grew the main channel from, at the beginning of the year, it was 14,100 to 16,200. So by 2,100. So we still grew the main channel larger than, there was still a bigger delta on that one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So it's a good model, I think, is to divide the time sensibly, where it's probably a better business model to be like, make your more deluxe stuff and take your time on it on the main channel, and then keep them fed on the podcast channel.
Yeah, so that you don't flood the main channel with like trash.
Yeah.
And you put all the other stuff on the other channel that if they're super feeders, you know.
And we bought a lot of equipment, including, we talked about the new audio setup, and of course these nice Shure MV7 mics and everything. And I always count how many new mac and cheeses we tasted. Of course, I include the Flavor Boost as their own unique macs. But it was 37 new macs were tasted this year on Boxman.
Wow.
Down from 40 last year. And I think that's kind of all there is to say about, I made my NES Lego kit. I'm sure you had a lot of professional and personal accomplishments and cool things happen, but that's the Red Cow stuff.
If I included my work stuff, it would be, I think I made like 80 something videos. I don't know. It was a lot. My day job is nuts.
Too fucking much, man.
I'm making these things all, and then after work I make more videos, and I just can't stop.
It's just nothing but videos. So let's let that be our New Year's resolution, EJ. In 2022, we're not going to feel pressured to just do the thing that's like routinely expected of us. We're going to break free of that. We're going to reject it. And if you're a fan of ours and you like us and you want us to grow and you want what's best for us, come with us for that ride.
I feel like we did that this year, and I want to continue.
Yeah, let's break the routine.
I feel like I think we can do great things, and we will still do great things. And I personally won't do things that I feel are obligated or I literally don't have time to do that. So.
It's hard because when you got people saying like, oh man, like I was really bummed when you didn't do Pyro Pizza review. There is a feeling of like, oh, do I have to do it? But
yeah, you don't. But I think we do like doing those things. So when we returned to it for Christmas, we were really energized about it. And when we returned to BoxMac, we have the best time in the frickin' world. Yeah. And which I don't think we would be if we felt like we were obligated to do it.
Right before I came down here to record, Nina said, hey, can we watch the special where we were in the studio, the new studio, the one with Junter Klaus and smashing the gingerbread house and all that, and Angry Kirby made challah bread and stuff, and we just watched it, and like aside from the fact that I'm very fat in it, Christ, it's like nonstop entertainment. Like I get why people enjoy it. It's very like, I'm in a fever dream when I'm making these things, but like stepping way back from it and watching it, it's like, I don't know, like call me, tell me I'm blowing myself here, or blowing ourselves, but it's like really solid comedy. It's really solid characters. It's a real show. It's, it does the kind of Howard Stern thing of like, we kind of collected freaks like Angry Kirby along the way and we invite them over for Christmas and stuff. It's like a place where misfits can go. It's a wonderful thing. There's a wholesomeness to it, and there's kind of an edge to it at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's our channel.
Yeah, exactly. And that we've always been a little bit aged out of the culture. So we've always been like a little out of step with the rest of YouTube. And that's like, I think that adds to the fun as well.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.